Bonjour, Auticonsult est la première entreprise au Québec à employer des candidats uniquement, spécifiquement sur le spectrum autiste en tant que consultants informatiques pour offrir leurs services aux entreprises. Auticon Canada is a driver of social change. They are creating great jobs in the high-tech industry specifically and only for autistic candidates on the spectrum. Earlier this week, we spoke with Garth Johnson, Chief Executive Officer for Auticon Canada, and Alain Bessette, National Strategic Business Development Director for Auticonsult. Here's the conversation. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you taking the time. Merci beaucoup de parler avec nous aujourd'hui. It's really exciting to speak with you guys. You guys have been doing obviously great work. So, what better place to start than the beginning? Auticon founded, I understand, in Berlin, November 2011. It's interesting. There's been so much evolution over the past few years, right? 2011, this was a time when the advantages of hiring autistic people weren't widely recognized. Not that they're widely recognized now, but certainly more recognized now. Garth, can you tell us more about how Auticon started?
Sure. So Auticon was started similar to why we started Meticulon in Canada. It was really started by a gentleman named Dirk who worked in the tech industry as I did, who also has personal connection to autism. And so there was a beginning understanding, the Web 2.0 culture really showed us how people on the spectrum could thrive in that sort of ironic day, t-shirt days, every day environment, but how corporate Canada or corporate, the global corporate culture doesn't really work. And so they started the same reason that we did. They wanted to prove that you could leverage the unique abilities of people on the spectrum in tech roles where precise attention to detail and exceptional ability to focus, accuracy, endurance, sometimes structure, not always, were a benefit. And so there was a lot of foraging around and pioneering and testing, and really it was all about proving the business value. It wasn't about proving the social value. To build sustainable careers for people on the spectrum, it can't be about doing good. It has to be because we are good. And that was really the baseline principle that Auticon began on.
As far as your business model, what kind of customized support do you provide to your clients and consultants?
So over the years, we've developed what is really quite a proprietary and sort of secret sauce to success. Internally, we refer to it as the holy trinity of success, three components. BizDev needs to go and find roles that fit that description that I've given, where consulting as a business fits, because our business model is a consulting model. And then we have an employment coordination or employment support team that really provides detailed support to our colleagues on the spectrum. They go through a very detailed analysis of their personality traits, their unique challenges, their unique abilities. And we build this really detailed mind map of who they are, so that when we go to place, we can create amazing fit. And then we have really good tech team people, project managers, who understand the spectrum and who understand what the client's needs are, and therefore we can streamline onboarding.
Why is that so important? Why is it so important for employers out there to learn how to integrate candidates with autism into their workforce?
Well, in Canada, we have a giant tech shortage, and according to the government, it's going to be over 200,000 people in the coming years. And we have over 85,000 people educated and trained on the spectrum who aren't working. So as an untapped workforce, if you can tap in and learn how to integrate those people in, they stay longer, they're more accurate, they're more proficient, they are a tremendous resource for business. So I think from a business perspective, if I was looking to fill roles that I have high turnover in or difficulty finding people to do well, and I didn't know about this resource, I would want to.
Alain, vous êtes entré sur le marché canadien en 2019. y a-t-il eu des défis particuliers à relever pour pénétrer ce marché en particulier?
En fait, c'est toujours, comme le disait Garth, une question d'éduquer les employeurs. Je pense qu'il y a quand même, en 2019, les employeurs ont fait beaucoup de chemin, comme tu l'as mentionné au début. Ils sont vraiment prêts à accepter les gens autistes dans leurs équipes, mais ils ne savent pas trop à quoi s'attendre. Ils ont aussi encore certains préjugés véhiculés par les médias, donc on doit surmonter ça. Donc, on doit simplement éduquer les gens, leur faire comprendre notre modèle. Ils voient vraiment la validité de notre modèle qui fait qu'on offre un bon support aux gens autistes et on réussit à bien les intégrer et ça va très bien après.
And that's been pretty key, Garth. We were talking a bit before about it. COVID has hit pretty hard, hasn't it?
It really did. And, you know, we're a business like any other. And so we're a consulting business. So we charge proper consulting rates. And so when you're looking for efficiencies, you bring things internal. But the interesting thing is that a number of our clients realized how proficient our people were. And slowly they were brought back and new projects have come to the table. But, you know, for our colleagues on the spectrum and for our employment coordination team who does job support, COVID's really provided a tremendous opportunity as well, because we haven't had to do the same kind of onboarding for when our people are working on site as we do when they're working remotely. And it's been much easier to get you know, our customers from this is who the ideal colleague for your role is to doing it. And so we've been able to demonstrate proficiency much quicker. So from a word of mouth and, you know, kind of momentum growth piece, 2021 is looking way better than 2020 even did before COVID.
Et si on parle du futur, Alain, quels sont vos plans d'expansion à Montréal? Un article récent de MTL International indique que vous voulez passer à 100 employés dans le secteur à Montréal?
Absolument, puis c'est très facile à atteindre. Comme l'a mentionné Garth, il y a plus de 85 000 personnes sur le spectre au Canada qui veulent travailler, qui sont diplômés. C'est certain que ce n'est pas tous des gens en TI, mais il y a une bonne partie qui sont des gens en TI. Donc, nous, on a un processus très rigoureux vraiment, on va choisir les bonnes personnes pour se joindre à l'équipe. Et je pense que d'avoir une centaine et même plus, 200-300 personnes, c'est vraiment très, très accessible, très faisable.
When your candidates speak to you, when your employees speak to you about the opportunities that Auticon has provided for them, what do they say about how relieved they are and how difficult it was to kind of get into the workplace initially?
So it depends on what level they come to us at. So we have a lot of juniors who, in terms of their skill set, who have come to us often with at least one university degree, sometimes master's degrees, and have really, really struggled to break through, to get into the workplace. And it's not so much about their ability at all. It's about that whole socialization interview process, fake it till you make it when you're new piece, that people on the spectrum don't have any time for. And, you know, those colleagues, you know, are deeply appreciative of the opportunity and they recognize that, you know, having worked in retail or in some subsistence job and now have a career has made a life-altering change for them.
Auticonsult, c'est sûr que c'est une compagnie qui fonctionne internationalement. On parle souvent des différences entre les marchés des États-Unis, puis Canada, puis en relation de ces programmes-là. Y a-t-il des différences entre le marché canadien puis le marché ici au Québec?
Je dirais entre le marché canadien et québécois, moi, je ne constate pas vraiment de différence. Je pense qu'en termes aussi de conscience au niveau de l'autisme, c'est assez semblable. Je dirais si, dans ta question, tu parlais des autres pays, dans l'Europe, je pense qu'en Europe, d'une part, ils ont plus de programmes qui incitent à l'embauche des personnes autistes, donc ça présente certains avantages. Mais par contre, ce que j'étais surpris d'apprendre, c'est que certains pays sont plus, je pourrais dire, en retard que le Canada ou les États-Unis. On pense comme en France. En France, moi, j'étais certain qu'ils étaient vraiment avancés au niveau de l'autisme. Ce que je constate, c'est qu'ils ont encore beaucoup de chemin à faire. Donc, c'est vraiment... il y a du positif et du négatif en Europe.
You're at the forefront of this amazing initiative, a profitable initiative that's helping so many people, that's recognizing the talents of neurodiverse individuals. How does it feel to be so, you know, implicated at the forefront of this movement, really?
Well, I mean, in my case, I'm so lucky to have this job. You know, it's like I never thought in my life I would have a job that makes me really want to get out of bed every day and make a difference. It sounds corny and cheesy, but it's true. It's like, you know, every time that we're able to place someone, to change them, to welcome them in our family, to see them succeed, it just makes you feel so great. You know, I would almost do this job for free, almost. You know, so it's really great. You know, it's like they always say, you know, if you find a job you love, you won't work a day in your life, and it's true.
Yeah, you know, I often say I've been in tech for a very long time. I'm not a technical person. I'm a marketing biz dev person, and I used to say, you know, I used to create discontent, and now I'm trying to create disruption. And you know, I think this is the most rewarding job that I've ever had. In many, many ways, but by far it is the most difficult job that I have ever had, because this is not an easy sell to businesses. They doubt us. They aren't really sure. You know, we've grown primarily by word of mouth once we're established in markets, which tells you how valuable it is. But we also have so many people who come to us and apply to us, and you know, are desperate to find some meaningful purpose, and they sit in our reserve pool, or they aren't quite suitable for what we're doing yet, and we try to find them help, and that weighs on me. And I think, you know, if we can get to the point where people tap into this and they even put us out of business because they, you know, tap away all our resources, we'll win. And ultimately, that is why it's worth doing. It's really, you know, Alain and I are here today talking. It's not really, you know, my story. It's my colleagues' story who have autism. And they're the really brave ones who are standing out in the front lines, very clearly telling the world they have autism, which is not easy, and saying, prove to me why I shouldn't work for you. And that's a really challenging, socially disruptive thing. And they're really the heroes. And that, you know, making that platform for them is what we do in the back office team. And that's what makes this a good job.
Thanks to both of you for giving them the format to be heroes. Garth, Alain, merci beaucoup. Thanks for speaking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.